Hi, Tay with Powerhouse TC. This is a quick video to show you how to apply a layout and where that would be best applied. I'm going to do it on a SPDS for you here because that is when it is probably one of the most useful. And so the first thing you're going to do is go to your transaction. So you can go to your transaction a couple different ways by clicking the house up here on the left hand, or just click go to transactions on this box. And you could also just choose it if you saw it right in there, but I didn't see the one I want to do in there. So I'm going to click on this and I'm in the transaction. And so now I want the buyers to sign the SPDS. So I'm going to go on to the right hand side where it says signings. Make sure you're on the right hand menu because it's the signings for this particular transaction. Click add plus mark. We're going to name this signing seller disclosures for the buyer to sign, and I always like to put the address on the signings. And then we're going to add the document in here. So you would have received those SPDS from the listing agent, probably through email or through the MLS, downloaded it and saved it to your file. So whether you saved it on your computer or to a shared file, it would be in your file explorer. So you pull that up, and I'm not going to keep it on this screen. I'm just going to use, for example, a blank SPDS. And I'm going to drag that in here. And now we have the SPDS document. So now you need to add signers on the right-hand side. And the importance of your signers in the signing is very high. You want to make sure that they're set up correctly. So I'm going to add my buyer in here. I only have one buyer for this transaction example. So I'm just going to click that buyer and press select. But it doesn't recognize that my buyer needs to sign in all these spots. So not having to drag everything, what we're going to do is click on Docs on the right hand side, select the document, which opens up the menu for this. And then right here, a little ways down, there's this empty white box. In here, I'm going to just type SPDS. And if you have created layouts for it, it'll be up here. But Transaction Desk already has a layout for it and it recognizes it. So it'll bring up all these different SPDS documents. This one is residential SPDS right here. So just select the one that applies and then click apply. And then make sure to click save on the bottom right. And if you notice, it applied my buyer's initials on each page where it is supposed to be, and on the last page it applied the signature. Now sometimes the other parties do scan it in and it comes in not perfectly done, like the Transaction Desk would recognize. Maybe it's smaller, maybe it's sideways, and so these initials sometimes are like up here, they might be off a little bit. If you apply the layout, then you can just come in here and drag them where they need to go. And still edit it like this, so it'll be done correctly. This was an example for SPDS, but you can do this with any document that Transaction Desk does recognize. If it's a document that they have in their library, then they will recognize where the buyer and the sellers are supposed to sign. So I hope this helps you. Reach out if you have any questions.